Welcome to Vital Blueprint. Today, we are tearing down the walls of one of the most persistent myths in the world of human optimization. For decades, creatine monohydrate was branded as a meathead supplement, something strictly for the gym, for those looking to build massive muscle and nothing else. But as we peel back the layers of modern clinical research, we discover that creatine is not a fitness supplement at all. It is a foundational energy molecule that is as essential for your brain and your hormones as it is for your biceps. To master your biology, you must understand the currency of life, ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Every single process in your body, from a muscle contraction to the firing of a neuron when you have a creative thought, requires ATP. The problem? Your body is incredibly stingy with its storage. You only ever have enough ATP stored in your cells to fuel about 8 to 10 seconds of high-intensity activity. Once that's gone, you enter an energy crisis. Your body has to find a way to recharge those empty batteries instantly. This is where creatine steps in as the hero of your cellular metabolism. Inside your cells, creatine is stored as phosphocreatine. When you run out of energy, phosphocreatine donates a phosphate molecule to a spent ADP molecule, turning it back into high-energy ATP in a fraction of a second. By supplementing with creatine, you are effectively increasing your energy ceiling by up to 20%. Imagine your body as a high-performance electric car. Most people are driving around with a battery that only charges to 80%. When you follow the Vital Blueprint for creatine, you are finally hitting that 100% charge. This doesn't just mean you can lift more weight. It means your cells have the surplus energy they need to repair tissue, fight oxidative stress, and maintain homeostasis. But as we move from the body to the mind, we realize that the biggest beneficiary of this surplus energy isn't your muscles. It's your brain. Most people don't realize that your brain is the most energy-demanding organ in your entire system. Despite only making up about 2% of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of your total daily energy. Your neurons are constantly firing, requiring a massive, uninterrupted flow of ATP to maintain ion gradients and facilitate communication. This is why we classify creatine as one of the most powerful nootropics available today. When your brain runs low on energy, you experience what we commonly call brain fog. Your processing speed slows down, your working memory falters, and your mood begins to dip. Clinical studies have shown that creatine supplementation can significantly improve working memory and intelligence scores, particularly in tasks that require speed and high-level processing. It acts as a cognitive buffer. In environments of high stress or sleep deprivation, where the brain's energy stores are rapidly depleted, creatine steps in to maintain the energetic balance, allowing you to stay sharp when everyone else is crashing. But the benefits go beyond just thinking faster. We are now seeing incredible research into neuroprotection. Creatine helps maintain the integrity of the mitochondria within your neurons. By reducing the buildup of harmful reactive oxygen species and preventing the energy failure that leads to cell death, creatine is being studied for its role in protecting against neurodegenerative diseases and recovering from mild traumatic brain injuries like concussions. In the long term, a brain saturated with creatine is a more resilient brain. You aren't just boosting your IQ, you are fortifying your mental architecture against the stressors of the modern world. Whether you are a student, a CEO, or an aging adult, providing your brain with this extra battery pack is a fundamental step in the Vital Blueprint. However, one of the most complex areas of creatine research lies in its interaction with our hormones. And this is where we need to separate the science from the bro science. Let's address the most controversial topic: hormones. Many men avoid creatine because they fear it causes hair loss by increasing DHT. This fear stems from a single 2009 study on rugby players. However, since then, over a dozen high-quality clinical trials have investigated this link, and the consensus is clear. Creatine does not significantly increase DHT, nor does it cause hair loss in individuals who aren't already genetically predisposed to it. In terms of testosterone, creatine doesn't boost it in the way a steroid would. Instead, it improves the efficiency of your hormonal signaling by providing the energy required for cellular responses. Now, let's talk about women, because this is where the Vital Blueprint becomes truly life-changing. For too long, women were told that creatine was only for bulking. This is categorically false. In fact, women may benefit from creatine even more than men. A woman's creatine levels are highly influenced by her hormonal cycle. Research indicates that during the luteal phase, and especially during pregnancy and menopause, women's natural creatine stores and their ability to synthesize it can drop. For women, creatine is a vital tool for bone density and lean muscle preservation. As estrogen levels decline during menopause, women are at a higher risk for sarcopenia and osteoporosis. Creatine provides the stimulus and the energy needed to keep those tissues strong. Furthermore, it plays a massive role in mood regulation. Because women are statistically more likely to experience depression and anxiety related to hormonal shifts, the brain-boosting energy of creatine acts as a stabilizer, helping to mitigate the mental fatigue that often accompanies these changes. Whether you are a man looking for peak performance or a woman looking for hormonal and structural resilience, creatine doesn't change who you are. It allows your biology to function at its highest intended level. It's not about being masculine or bulky, it's about cellular vitality. But to see these results, you must follow the correct implementation protocol. If you are ready to integrate this into your life, you need a plan. The Vital Blueprint for creatine is built on consistency, not complexity. For 99% of people, we recommend the steady path. 5 grams of creatine monohydrate every single day. Creatine pulls water into the muscle cell, which is a signal for protein synthesis and cellular health. A hydrated cell is a healthy cell. By the end of the first month, your ATP recycling is fully optimized. You'll find that you have a second wind and a longer focus window. But the real magic happens at the 6-month and 1-year marks. This is where we see the structural changes and permanent energy upgrades. Safety is also paramount. Creatine is one of the safest supplements on the planet, with hundreds of studies confirming its safety. Take it at any time, morning, night, pre-workout, or post-workout. The when doesn't matter as much as the every day. Thank you for joining us for this masterclass. If you're ready to start optimizing, subscribe to Vital Blueprint and hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video as we continue to build your path to peak vitality.